Hello there. Welcome to the basement. James Gunn and Chris Pratt sat down with an interview for the Toronto Sun, of course, promoting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 as it just came out last week. Um, in that interview, something was alluded to that may or may not be a joke. I still haven't quite figured that out yet, but let's go ahead and get right into it and see what I am referring to. So, this is from the Toronto Sun about a week ago. Chris Pratt and James Gunn taught Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Marvel's first F-bomb, and that awful screen test. Now, I'm not going to go over this entire article. I'm just going to reference the one part that piqued my interest. All right. All right, here we go. So, the interviewer asked, "How did you make peace with saying goodbye?" James Gunn responded, "I'm not a person who is comfortable saying goodbye. I can't do it." Chris Pratt, "We don't have to say goodbye." Gunn, "I'm going to cry." Pratt, "Are you crying?" "The frequency with which we spend time together is inevitably going to go down because he's going to go do movies, and I'm going to go make movies, and when we're not doing that, we're going to go back to our families. But we will make time for each other, and we'll talk a lot. We'll always be friends. We still have a long life ahead of us, so maybe we'll work together again. But for now, there's the finality to this trilogy." And here comes the fun part. Gunn, "I was hoping I could cast you as Krypto the Superdog in Superman Legacy. You could do motion capture on set and walk around on your hands and knees, but you can't talk." Pratt, "I'll do Krypto, but you have to pay me in crypto." Gunn, "I'll pay you in crypto, which amounts to $0. Pratt, "Sounds like there's going to be a character called Krypto in Superman. Breaking news." Interviewer, "That's a scoop for me." Gunn, "It is a scoop, I guess." Pratt, "Way to go, you're fired. Back to Marvel." Now, at this point in time, again, I'm not sure if this is a joke or not. But let's say it's not, and he being James Gunn, actually wants to use the character of Krypto the Superdog in his Superman Legacy movie. For me, that is a big, huge, ridiculously horrible, flat out stupid ass mistake. Here's why. It's not because Krypto's an unpopular character, because Krypto actually has a pretty decent following. It's because, well, number one, for me personally, just to get my own personal feelings out of the way, I've never been that big on super pets anyway. I mean, if you want to make their own thing about super pet team-ups or whatever, that's fine, but I personally have never been that big into super pets. I thought they were always just kind of a cutesy thing to really rope in the younger readers of the comics, so, and get them in for life, I assume would be the plan for that. But for me personally, no. It's definitely a bad idea for me personally. And I also think, just in general, it's a bad idea. And the reason for that is you just took over DC. You are writing and directing your first Superman movie, the cornerstone of not just DC, but basically all comics. If there were no Superman, we wouldn't have a ton of the heroes we have now. Because just about every hero is at least loosely or slightly based on Superman in one fashion or another. So, and as this is not only James Gunn's lead movie as the CEO of DC, it's his first Superman movie. You shouldn't be wasting time with super pets on what is going to be the cornerstone movie of your new tenure at DC. It's just a bad idea. If you want to get all and get all James Gunny and get all campy and goofy and crap, at least wait a little while, You can bring in Krypto later or in an animated feature. I mean, if you're that desperate to have him in live action, I mean, obviously we saw through Guardians of the Galaxy and Cosmo, we know he's done it before. I mean, so I'm not worried about the execution of the character itself per se. I just think having a super pet in your franchise cornerstone movie, which is also the first movie under DC that you're putting out, and it's freaking Superman, You shouldn't be wasting your time diddling around with super pets right from jump. Now, I know, again, James Gunn likes to do his little James Gunn fun kind of stuff, but in this case, for reasons both personal and what I feel are professional, at least for Mr. Gunn's part, putting Krypto the Superdog in Superman Legacy is a humongous error in judgment, and I really hope that was a joking exchange in that article. But to this point, I have seen or heard nothing indicating it is or is not. So right now, I'm just fervently hoping it's a joke. But that all being said, I'd like to know what you all think. Go ahead and let me know down there in the comments below. And while you're in that part of the screen, go ahead and click a like button on this video. And go ahead and tap on that subscribe and the bell so you know anytime I put out any of my content. So once more time, Krypto the Superdog in James Gunn's first Superman movie, bad. Very, very bad. But all that being said, and like I always say, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement.